Thank you for joining me out here at the Mississippi Sandhill National Wildlife Refuge. Just picked this spot because it's nice, but what I want to do is give you an update on the Silverado. A lot has been going on, and so we're just going to kind of give her a walk around, and we're going to talk about some stuff, including the tire choice, which I hinted at before. This isn't quite the video I wanted to present the tires in. I had a plan and an idea, but it's so difficult to coordinate everyone's schedules to do exactly what I had in mind. So this video will outline the tire choice and the other things that have been going on with the Silverado. So that's coming right up. First and foremost, the tire choice for the Silverado was BF Goodrich All-Terrain KO2s. Now I chose these because they have probably hands down the best combination of off-road and on-road manners. I've also swapped from the previous rims, which were the Desert Rattler 17-inch wheels that came on the truck, to these Z71 Tahoe wheels. I kind of like the factory off-road look. The tire size is a 285/75/17, so we're at, BF Goodrich measures those at 33.9 inches, so about a 34-inch tire, not quite that much. Once it's mounted with the vehicle's weight on it, we're talking more about a true 33. As we move back, actually we'll walk around this way. We'll get to that in a second. Some of the things that have also gone on is a new throttle body had to go on. She wasn't wanting to run right. She was kind of dying while I was driving her, which was not okay. It causes a lot of trouble when you drive 50 miles one way to get to work on the interstate. So we did that, and we did a fuel pump, and we did a vehicle temperature sensor and a couple of other things. But and I say we, and I literally mean we, because while I did all the work, the funds were crowdsourced from Facebook. I did a fundraiser on Facebook. I didn't really have a whole lot of choice. This is my only vehicle, and I'm part-time right now, and while I need to get a second job, I haven't done that yet. I've tried to leave that open. I like having kind of the open availability. For school, which I just started back last semester, the fall semester of 2019, so I'll be going back in the spring semester of 2020, and that will be when I graduate with my bachelor's degree in history. So because of funds and limited resources, graciously I had many friends who helped me fix my truck because she was not running. Earlier last year, earlier in the fall, she got Bilstein 5100 shocks. There was supposed to be a video on that. That never materialized. The rear also got the Bilstein 5100s and a 3-inch block. Now the factory block is 2-inch, so that effectively raised the back of the truck 1 inch, which gave me back some of my rake, which helps with load carrying capacity and with towing. And while the truck doesn't get used for those purposes very much, it does happen occasionally. Now some of the other problems I'm having are I'm dealing with low oil pressure and some pretty severe oil leaks. This means I will likely, okay, first of all, this truck is paid for. I own her free and clear, so the idea of trading her in or something is just absurd. She's got almost 270,000 miles on her, so I wouldn't get much money for her. It's paid for, you know, I can fix it. I've already done heads on it. I'm mechanically inclined. That's really kind of silly to me to get rid of a paid for vehicle. However, I am looking at a secondary vehicle that will allow me to kind of put her on hiatus and let me fix her properly. Having some AC issues. There's just a couple of things that make me not want to drive her every day. Now, one of the other problems I've had is while driving home from work in Mobile, I was struck from behind by a drunk driver. Geico Insurance, graciously, the insurance provider of the other driver, told me that no, they weren't going to cover this because for some reason the officer put on the police report I did not signal. Well, I did not have to signal. I was in my lane. I was not leaving my lane. And, you know, this guy comes into my lane and hits me. And had I not swerved, it would have been far worse. So instead of getting a lawyer and fighting it, you know, I can fix all this for like $300. So I'm just going to do that. And I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to get a lawyer. It's just not worth my time or effort. So, oh, and so the thing is that in the state of Alabama, if even 1% of the accident can be put as fault on your part, they will not let you collect from the other insurance company. So even though the other driver was under the influence, arrested that night after a field sobriety test, and then they had him breathe into the breathalyzer, he blew like 3 or 4 times the legal limit, but that didn't matter because supposedly I didn't signal when I wasn't leaving my lane. So anyway, it's just one thing I have to fix now. That at least when he first hit me and he said he had insurance, I was like, okay, it's something that needs to be fixed, but I do not have to fix it. Well, now I have to fix it. It's my time, my money. So that's kind of where we are on the Vortec Max. And I'm not really sure in what order things are going to get to happen. So they're all kind of in flux. We will see soon. Now, I'm sure some of you are wondering, what about some of the other guys that are in the videos? So right now, everyone's kind of, they've got stuff going on. So I'm not sure where Cam's at with the Bronco at this very moment. I haven't had a chance to really talk to him about it. I've heard he picked up some tires, so I'd like to talk to him about the tires he chose. And he just put on some ball joints. I can't remember who they're from. Desolate Motorsports, I think, is who they're from. Desolate Motorsports. Adam has the Ram. The Ram he has now is an Eco Diesel. So it's a 4-wheel drive crew cab. It's a nice truck. And then Justin, at the moment, does not have a vehicle. He got rid of the Dodge, and the Cobra he had got wrecked. So right now he's kind of borrowing his father's Ford Explorer. It was an extra vehicle they had, so that worked out for him. That much did, but he also got kind of screwed over in a wreck. So that's not good. And then Thomas has the Ram still. It has not changed. It's the same situation. I think we put rear brakes on it. And Aaron, he still just has the Cherokee, the Grand Cherokee. It's a 4.7 truck. We haven't talked a whole lot about it, but he's one of the reasons I went ahead and got the BF Goodrich all-terrains. And I'm gesturing over my truck over there. But he had them in Germany when he was deployed over there. Or when he was stationed over there. I'm sorry, not deployed. When he was stationed over there, he had them. He went off-roading in Germany with them. Very impressed with them. And then just in general, I've always liked the BF Goodrich all-terrain tires, the tread pattern, their performance and everything. Severe snow rated. We don't get snow here, not really, once every several years, but it gives me an ability to travel and not worry about that as much. So, but just briefly, we are here at the Mississippi Sandhill Crane National Wildlife Refuge, and there is a nonprofit. There's the Friends group. Join the Friends of the National Sandhill Crane National Wildlife Refuge. So if anyone out there wants to donate, this is a good cause. This is a good place to do it. The sandhill crane is an endangered species here in Mississippi. There are a very select or not a select few, there's a very small population left. And these grasslands, these, oh, what did they call them? It was, so they call it a savanna out here. And this savanna is their natural habitat. And you kind of have these grasslands and these palms, you know, short palms. And so there's all this land out here, and you have a lot of protections for these animals. There's a lot of wetlands out here, and this is South Mississippi. I've never said it before. I've been kind of quiet about where I live and everything, but it's not a big deal. It's just is what it is. But it really has its own beauty, and I'd love to take you around to more national parks and reserves and that kind of thing in the area. So that may be something we look at later. I'd love to plan a trip up to more northern areas in Alabama, Mount Sheeha, which is the highest point in Alabama. I spend a lot of time in Alabama. That's where I work. So, you know, it's just an area I also enjoy on top of Mississippi. So there are hopefully a lot of things coming down the pipeline. It may be a couple of months because I don't graduate until May. So we'll have to see. Because it's going to be difficult until then to get anything done. I've got, you know, 5 classes I have to take, and I'm working. So, you know, we'll see where things land. Once again, thank you everyone who's helped me. You've all, you helped tremendously in ways that you just don't know. So thank you so much. And you know, I'm sorry I had to ask for help. It was just one of those things I didn't have much choice. So thank you again, everyone. And yeah, just it's really touching when people come together for you. So thank you again, everyone, and hopefully we'll see you on another video in the near future. Bye. Okay, one thing very quick I forgot to mention that's super cool is they actually use a Ford Raptor out here for some of their trail keeping and everything, which is just fantastic and awesome. And it's like a, you know, like a 2011, 2012 body style truck. And it is a 6.2 truck. It's not a 5.4. It's a 6.2 truck. Super cool. But I just wanted to add that in. So, okay. See you later.